Today we are going to discuss about potentiometer, application of potentiometer, and to compare EMFs of the different cells by using this potentiometer. See, as we have already discussed that this is potentiometer wire of uniform cross section whose length is L and its resistance is Rp, and it is connected to a cell whose it is a standard cell and its EMF is Ep, and it may possess some internal resistance, say that internal resistance is R, and it is also connected to a separate instrument called rheostat. This rheostat can add some resistance to this circuit. That resistance is Rs, and this is R, this is Ep, and inside this there is resistance Rp. And here current in this primary circuit is given by Ip is equal to Ep by RL, Rp plus Rs plus R, and if it is an ideal cell, we can neglect the value of small r. What is the use of this series resistance? This series resistor can control the current and it makes the current constant in this primary circuit. If current decreases, then we have to decrease resistance so that current again re-establishes as it is. And now if you take the potentiometer wire, say the length of the wire is L, so the potential drop across this wire is VL. VL is equal to Ip into Rp, and so that this VL can also be given by Ep into Rp by Rp plus Rs plus R. And what is the potential drop per unit meter? That is called potential gradient given by the letter lambda. Lambda is equal to VL by L, where VL is the potential drop across the entire wire and L is the length of this potentiometer wire. So this potential gradient denotes what per unit length what is the potential drop. And here the end A and B, end A of the wire is connected to a cell of EMF E1 with the help of a galvanometer and to a jockey. It is a hard metal device which can be slided on this potentiometer wire. See, while moving this jockey at a particular point, the galvanometer shows 0 reading, so that the balancing length of the potentiometer wire is taken as lambda 1, and this potential drop is directly proportional to this L1, so that V1 proportional to L1, therefore V1 is equal to lambda into L1. And if you want to compare this EMF with another cell, then you have to take down another cell. We have to connect another cell to this circuit, just like this, whose EMF is E2. And now the balancing length for this changes. EMF is greater, the length will be increased. Now the potential drop across this wire is V2 proportional to L2, and that V2 is equal to lambda L2. In both the cases, in previous condition, E1 is balanced by V1 and E2 is balanced by V2. Therefore, E1 by E2 is equal to V1 by V2. Therefore, E1 by E2 is equal to lambda L1 by lambda L2. Lambda gets cancelled. Therefore, E1 by E2 is equal to L1 by L2. In this way, by knowing concerned balancing lengths, we can compare the ratio of EMFs of different cells which are connected in this potentiometer secondary circuit. The same can directly at a time can be connected. That method is supporting and opposing method. See here, initially in the first case, I am connecting directly two cells, cell 1 and cell 2 of EMFs E1 and E2. They are connected properly. This is supporting method. In this situation, the balancing length is more, just like this, so that you can take this balancing length for supporting. That is E1 plus E2 is equal to lambda L1. And if the second cell is reversed, what happens? Now the balancing point will be shifted towards left, so that you can take this one as E1 minus E2 is equal to lambda L2. By dividing, you can get E1 by E1 plus E2 is equal to by E1 minus E2 is equal to L1 by L2. By applying componendo and dividendo method, E1 by E2 can be taken as L1 plus L2 by L1 minus L2. This is one of the most important applications of this potentiometer. Why potentiometer? To compare EMFs of different cells. Now, I am going to apply the same potentiometer in order to determine the internal resistance of a cell. It is very, very important. Let us see. See, the primary circuit is same. Now, I am going to take down, connect a cell, and the cell is having some internal resistance small r. An external resistor capital R is connected to this combination, and here there is a switch arrangement in this case. See here. Here there will be tap key arrangement. If you put the key, what happens? The cell along with this resistor will come into the secondary circuit. If you put off this key, then there is only cell coming to play in the secondary circuit. As same as in the previous condition, a galvanometer is connected, and this galvanometer is connected to the tap key arrangement. This galvanometer is connected to the tap key arrangement. See here. In this, first I have put off the key. What is happened? The cell will be present in the secondary circuit. By adjusting and moving this jockey, the EMF is balanced for a length L1, so that E is equal to lambda L1. Now, in the next position, I am inserting the key here. If you insert the key, there will be the entire circuit coming to the secondary circuit of the potentiometer. And here, now again, you have to readjust this jockey on the potentiometer wire. Now it balances for a length L. If you keep this circuit like this, now in the secondary circuit, the terminal voltage is coming to play instead of EMF of the cell. Why? Because cell is in closed circuit. If the cell is in closed circuit, we cannot derive EMF. We can derive the terminal voltage of the cell. See here, galvanometer is showing 0, means there is no current in the external circuit, but there is current within this circuit. As a result of current within this circuit, I is equal to E by R plus small r. And what is the terminal voltage? V is equal to IR. So that V is equal to, I means what here? E by R plus R into R. And this terminal voltage is balanced for length L2. So that this V is equal to E lambda L2. As we have already taken the first equation, E is equal to lambda L1, and the second equation, V is equal to lambda L2. And now I am dividing equation 1 by equation 2. Equation 1 divided by equation 2. See here, first equation, E is equal to lambda L1, and the second equation, V is equal to lambda L2. So that lambda will be cancelled out. That implies E by, what is the value of V? E R by R plus R is equal to L1 by L2. Here E and E are cancelled out, then you can get 1 plus R by R is equal to L1 by L2. You bring that 1 to that side, so that small r is equal to L1 by L2 minus 1, and R by R is equal to L1 minus L2 by L2. Therefore, the internal resistance R is equal to capital R into L1 minus L2 by L2. This is one of the most important concept in potentiometer, that is determination of internal resistance of a cell. Directly you can take different resistance in this situation. Say that one also I am going to explain. First, in the circuit I am connecting the resistor R1. So in this situation, the terminal voltage V1 will be equal to lambda L1, and V1 is given by E into R1 by R1 plus small r is equal to lambda L1. If you replace this resistor by R2, then another terminal voltage come into play for the same cell, but therefore the balancing length changes. So that this is the equation 1. So that V2 is equal to lambda L2. In this situation, V2 is E into R2 by R1 plus R is equal to lambda L. This is equation 2. See here, E is same in both the cases and small r is same in both the cases. Why? Because same cell is used. For that cell only we are determining the internal resistance. What we have changed here? We have changed the external resistance. First in the case R1, in the second case R2. And now I am dividing this first equation with the equation 2. So that E gets cancelled. R1 by R2 into R2 plus R by R1 plus R is equal to L1 by L2. This is one of the most important applications of this potentiometer. So, the potentiometer is a device used to determine EMF of a standard cell, and it is also used to compare EMFs of different cells, and this same instrument can be used to determine the internal resistance of any cell given. See, this is a device which is more accurate, which gives more accurate measurements in the determination of external terminal voltage or voltage across any part of the circuit. The main important reason here is it draws no current from the external circuit. See here, this current becomes zero. The primary current is not drawn, or this circuit current is not transferred to this instrument. In that way, we can use this potentiometer, and later in the next video, we will go through different important models, NEET level models, questions. Thank you.